Very good morning and good afternoon and good evening. Warm welcome to the Pukaar show. Especially we're going to talk about today freedom for religion in Pakistan. Two studio guests with me as well, Mr. Zahid Malik from there representing from Ahmadi community and Wilson Chaudhary. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yourself representing the Ahmadi community and Wilson Chaudhary from behalf of the Christian community. What sort of relationship between Ahmadi and Christian have in Pakistan?
Good relationship with all communities living in the Pakistan, including the Christian community. So our philosophy is very simple. Our message is love and peace, and we live like a community. So we would like to have a very strong relationship, and we enjoy a very strong relationship with all the communities living in Pakistan.
And this year there's a big incident took place, Lahore and Malaton. There is this one bomb attack. So what sort of reaction after people are feeling here, especially in UK Ahmadi communities?
We feel that we are very vulnerable people living in Pakistan. We belong to Pakistan, and we have a strong sense of ownership. And we are basically Pakistanis. We are loyal to the country, and that horrific incidents which took place back in Pakistan, they are really terrifying. And the innocent people who are praying and who are neutral, who were just praying for everybody has the freedom of right, freedom of worship. So they were just killed in a cold murder, and we are very shocked and horrified to what's going on in Pakistan.
Pakistani government treat all minorities like a second-class citizen.
Yes, we have our concerns, like we are treated as a second-class citizens, whereas we shouldn't be. We are equally loyal, we belong to Pakistan, and we are very loyal citizens. So I think, yes, we have our concerns that we have been treated unfairly and wrongly.
So the thing we come across, they're saying if there is a law in Pakistan, is official in the government law, and if they're saying themselves, Ahmadi, we are Muslim, they put in the jail or something.
Yes, that is a draconian laws, and over a couple of years probably, serving the ruling masters just to have their own hidden agendas. Probably they made those draconian laws, and which is probably, even if you talk in the liberal society, nobody would accept that. So those laws have just made to suppress the Ahmadis.
Wilson Chaudhary, are you facing the same sort of issues as?
Indeed, obviously, Pakistani Christians have suffered at the same period of time since the inauguration of Pakistan as an actual country, a national state. They too have suffered persecution. I mean, one of the things that I will say is that one of the triggers for this is the Blasphemy Act itself, which almost instantly maintains that any faith outside the majority Muslim population is classed as second-class citizens, and this in itself needs to be tackled before we can see proper peace in Pakistan. One of the things I have to add is obviously only recently in Pukaar, a Christian community was attacked after a false blasphemy was alleged on two Christians. These two Christians were actually acquitted by the court after police corroborated that there was no evidence for any form of blasphemy. As soon as they were walking free from that court, they were shot down dead by unknown gunmen. Those gunmen haven't been brought to justice, and I don't think that will happen. My major concern at this stage is not whether they are apprehended, is that some sukkah, some peace and some restoration of peace is brought to the community of Pukaar, because after that incident, gunmen went into the cities and were shooting homes and looting shops.
Talk to the Pakistani official, they always saying this very statements we condemn. I think so condemning is, you think, enough for this sort of incidents?
I don't think so. They are not taking all possible actions which as a authoritative, the government ministers or anybody at sitting at the helm of the affair, they can take the action. No, absolutely not. I would definitely agree with Mr. Wilson that people are just being targeted, but we'll continue to pursue our peaceful protest, and like you said, it probably falls on the deaf ears. Whatever we say, nobody listens it, and the ground reality is it's still the people are being persecuted on false fabrications, the false accounts. People are being sent to the jail just for saying probably a greetings, assalamu alaikum.
So yeah, that will come across as well.
That is, if you say assalamu alaikum, the literally meaning of assalamu alaikum is peace be upon you, and it's a peaceful greetings, and you are being sent to the jail for saying that kind.
If I can add on that point before we go on, for instance, we've got a federal minister, Shabazz Bhatti, and he could be more involved in these cases, but what I always seem to hear from him are bland and rather whimsical statements. And I personally believe that the existing political structure in Pakistan needs a reform also. For instance, why is it that Christian and minority individuals that are elected onto Parliament do not go through an election process where they're empowered by way of knowing that it's the people that are supporting them? Individuals are selected by nepotism or favoritism within party allegiances, and that's where the weakness comes, because when an issue arises such as this, they're not able to openly speak and object to any treatment of minority faith communities, even if they belong to that community, because they have to toe the party line. That's something that needs to be addressed immediately if we're going to see.
Wilson, can you highlight what sort of issue Christian community facing in Pakistan right now?
The issues are obviously false blasphemy cases. There are rape cases against young girls in Pakistan. When they're taken to court, justice does not prevail. What we're seeing is continuously in these court cases that the individuals that are actually undertaking these felonies are getting away scot-free because of their assumed powers of being first-class citizens. And that's something we need to look at. There is the wealth issue as well, that the Pakistani Christians do live on the poverty line. They are in the impoverished areas of Pakistan. They're also suffering from lack of education. Only 7% of minority faith groups have any level of literacy. All these things need to be rectified. It's not just changing the laws, it's changing the whole culture in Pakistan. It's ensuring that there is an equality across the board in opportunity for education, in opportunity for employment, in laws that protect every single diversity, every single gender, every single sex, so that people can actually practice what they want to practice in Pakistan freely, because we now live in this world where we need to recognise that people have human rights. We have signed these international agreements, and countries should be brought to rights to ensure that they adopt those practices fully and entirely.
Mr. Wilson has pointed out that even the minority groups, they are not have the equal opportunities, the job opportunities. They are being deprived of their basic rights, and like in the, it's a very dilemma that the minority children going to the school, at the school level, they are being treated differently. They are fearful of their lives. They can't express themselves. And when it comes to the job opportunities as well, they are being denied their basic right as well. So everybody should have as a Pakistani citizen, everybody should have the equal opportunities and the equal rights.
When you get up your Pakistani passport, there written is as Ahmadiyya or as a Muslim?
Yes, that's again a very interesting question. So yeah, we have a special column in the passport showing that you belong to Ahmadiyya community, and you have to, like say, we strongly believe in our beliefs. That's why we say that yes, we write the Ahmadiyya, and again the lawmakers made their way through, and it's rather sneaked into, and they made this law which was probably which was being welcomed by the religious fanatics. So they said, yeah, by force, that we should amend the law, and we should, in the passport, they should have a separate column showing their religious beliefs.
Coming back to the issue about the passports earlier, we've actually raised this with MEP Jean Lambert already, and with the Pakistani High Commissioner. We agree that it's intolerable that in this day and age, your faith should be reflected on your passport. If you're a citizen of Pakistan, it's simple as that you're a citizen of Pakistan. You don't need to diminish that value by adding a faith category. When we have equal opportunities questionnaires here in the UK, it's not so that the government can single you out as a lower individual. It's more a point of a database that we know what type of community it is, so we can work in creating a fairer system globally across the UK. That's where Pakistan have got things wrong. They're targeting minority faith groups, and that targeting has to stop.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zahid and Mr. Wilson, coming all the way from London and taking part in this show.